I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time.
Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Shelby Marybeth. Today is going to be an after dark clean with me. I've been feeling very overwhelmed with my laundry list of things that I need to get done. On top of that, Owen has just been incredibly fussy, so I just don't get as much done during the day as I would like to. So I'm going to do something that I like to do when I start to feel stressed out, and that is just to start cleaning as soon as like Owen and Cecilia go down for bed. So Owen is sleeping, Cece is sleeping, my husband is sleeping, and I'm just going to do a whole bunch of cleaning around our house just to get things ready for the weekend ahead of me. So tomorrow is actually the start of my husband's work weekend. He works Friday, Saturday, Sunday every other week, and they are 12-hour shifts. So I'm here alone with Owen and Cecilia on those days, and they can be very stressful. So I like to set myself up for absolute success if I can, and one of those things is to make sure the house is ready to go the night before. So let's get started. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. So we are just gonna get started in the laundry room here because I do have a few loads of laundry, like these towels and Cecilia and Owen's clothes, as well as my own clothes, that I just want to get into the washer as soon as possible so that I can get as much laundry done as I can tonight. Normally I do about one load a day. That's usually my goal so that I can stay on top of laundry and it doesn't become this huge pile. It's not the biggest pile I've ever had tonight, but it is still quite a bit more than I'm used to since I've started just doing one load a day. The majority of the basket that has Owen and Cecilia's clothes in it are burp cloths because Owen has been going through them like they are nothing. So if you are new here, Owen is our 6-month-old son, and we have a daughter as well. Her name is Cecilia, and she is 2.5. I started making these cleaning videos after I had my daughter, so she was about, I think, 3 or 4 months old when I made my first cleaning video. It's so hard just finding people to relate to when you are a mom because you are stuck at home so much. I feel like it's such a thankless and underappreciated job as well, being a mom, because everything you do around the house, it's hard to like visualize how much we as moms do, like all the cleaning, all the cooking. And a lot of us have jobs as well, and it's just very easy for it to go unnoticed, but I feel like these videos bring a lot more of that into the light, and we're able to support each other and motivate each other. That is why I fell in love with these videos.
You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your bag if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I want you to myself. We can stay in home.
So this Fizzle steam mop is actually kind of new for me. My mom gave it to me and I love it. It heats up so fast. Like, you plug it in and within a minute it is heated up and ready to go. My goal on this night was actually to steam mop all of our floors. They were looking terrible. Spoiler alert, I do not get around to it because the rest of our house is a hot mess, but at least I got it done here in the laundry room. We track in a lot of dirt through here because this is where we go to and from our car. So now that I'm done in here, I'm going to move right into the kitchen. I feel like I am constantly in here cleaning, yet somehow it is always still a mess.
If you have mine, you and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright.
So So in the morning, I always empty our dishwasher so that it is ready for dirty dishes as soon as we eat breakfast. So as we eat meals and we dirty up dishes, I usually put them straight into the dishwasher, and that really helps with staying on top of all these dirty dishes. But like I said at the beginning, Owen has been extremely fussy, so I've been lucky to even eat, let alone just even taking those extra couple minutes to put stuff in the dishwasher just isn't always possible. So I know I have a lot of other new moms on here, and I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. I feel like you can be told a million times about how quickly the newborn phase and just infants in general, how fast they grow up, but it doesn't really hit you until it happens. Like, I was told 100 times. And yet I look at my daughter now and she's 2.5 and I'm like, how did you even go from being this tiny little newborn where I was crying every single day because I was so stressed to this funny little toddler that just makes me laugh every single day?
You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign.
So we are just going to have a brief intermission from the kitchen. I'm going back into the laundry room to cycle through these loads. So I'm currently taking out my own laundry, putting it in the dryer, and then I'm going to be starting a load of Owen and Cecilia's clothes. And yes, I dump everything together. It does not matter if it is a dark or if it is a color or if it is a white. I put everything in together. Most of our clothes are well washed already. I don't buy new clothes on a regular basis, and even with Owen and Cecilia's clothes, I buy them from a secondhand kids store, so they've already been washed a few times, I'm sure, as well. And I've never had any problems with discoloration or them bleeding or anything, so I've just found it so much easier just to throw everything in together. So now I'm back in the kitchen and I'm just going to be finishing up a few more things that I need to do in here. I have a couple more refills that I'm going to be doing. So right now I'm refilling the olive oil, and then I still need to wash the bottles and refill the soap as well before moving into our living room and our dining room. So there's still so much more to enjoy in this video.
Remember when you kissed me? I felt the taste of your lipstick, even the breath of your ripped jeans. I can still see it all. We ran on top of buildings, just like a scene from a movie, living our life on the edge, and we'd never trip and fall, never trip and fall. Never trip and fall, trip and fall. Lying to our parents of our whereabouts and what we did, and drinking liquor out the bottle at a party we knew no one there. And we didn't even care if we stayed out all night, 'cause we always had each other, always had each other, always had each other. We always had each other.
We are recently just getting over a small, I don't even know what to call it, a cold maybe. I think it was just mostly like a sinus infection. But I've been using disinfecting wipes as much as I can just to kind of keep the spread down.
It was just my husband and I that seemed to have been like affected by it. Like Owen and Cecilia didn't seem to have any symptoms at all. Luckily, somehow, usually they're the ones that get us sick, so I'm thankful it did not affect them, because toddler boogers and sucking out boogers from an infant's nose is not very fun. So I am moving on to Owen's bottles now, and normally this is something my husband and I do together at the end of the night as well. So my husband will read a book to our daughter, and then usually I start the bottles, and then by the time he's done, he comes up and meets me, and then he'll rinse them all off. So it's a nice little system that we have, but I told my husband just go to bed because I'm filming this video. So he got the night off from this, but normally he is here with me cleaning these bottles, and I'm very thankful for him. Owen is 6 months now, and he is down to having about 5 bottles a day. So he went from maybe like 7 or 8 bottles that we had to wash a day, so now we're down to 5. And I know it's any day now. He's just going to be switching to the sippy cup. And then with my daughter, as soon as she switched to the sippy cup, then we just started tossing them into the dishwasher with all the other dishes because there weren't that many. And after they're 6 months old, it's not as bad for babies to have like an infection or anything. Like you don't have to be as careful with like sanitizing the bottles and everything. Our dishwasher though has like the sanitizer button, so we always run it with that anyway. So technically we probably could put these bottles in there, but they have so many small tiny parts on these Dr. Brown bottles that I don't like putting them in the dishwasher, and I feel like they don't get as good of a clean. So I clean them by hand still, and I'm almost done, and it makes me a little sad, but also super excited at the same time. Sad because my baby is growing up, but happy because I don't have to sit here and wash all these little parts anymore. So I'm still exclusively pumping for Owen, and he's about half breast milk, half formula at this point because I went down on the amount of times that I pumped during the day just because it was getting to be a little too much, and it's been 6 months and it's 6 months of just straight pumping, and it's a lot. So right now there's actually a formula shortage if you weren't aware of it, and it is extremely stressful. We are supplementing with just like the Target brand's Gentle formula that we really like and have had success with my daughter as well. But anyway, I haven't had a problem up until recently. I was able to actually order it straight off their website and get it delivered to our door, but this past week it's been out of stock again. So hoping that's gonna resolve before I need to get another box, and that is also another reason I've just continued pumping. My goal with my daughter when I was exclusively pumping for her was to make it to 6 months, and I actually made it to 9 months with her. So now that Owen is 6 months, I've been kind of teetering on the idea of just dropping more pumps, but I really don't want to lose my supply if for some reason I can't get formula for him. So as of right now, I am still keeping my pumping schedule and trying to keep it up as much as possible.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hope, dreamy, breezy we go.
Kitchen is now spotless, and I have some laundry still going. So now I'm gonna move on to the living room and the dining room, which are pretty messy right now. So this is the current state of our living room. I'm sorry, the lighting is terrible right now because it is nighttime. And then this is our dining room, which is also a mess. But this stuff is all here because I just cleaned out Cecilia's playroom. So at least her playroom here is completely clean already. I did this most of this morning. So now I just need to clean up the rest of the house.
So the stuff I'm putting away now are actually things that are going to be going into Owen's closet because Cecilia has outgrown them and Owen is not quite old enough to play with them. So I've just been trying to decrease the amount of things around our house that I have to pick up or clean up, because if I am spending less time cleaning up, I'm able to spend a lot more time with Owen and Cecilia and really enjoy it, because the time that we spend all together as a family is what I really love. I wanted to point out this foam mat. It's actually only at half its size right now. It's folded in half and it has saved our carpet from all the spit up. Owen is starting to toss and turn and do all these things. He's not quite crawling yet, but he will just move off of wherever he is and then just spit up. So this foam mat is extremely easy to clean up, especially from those types of messes.
You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
I've been putting Cecilia's books on display on these shelves instead of just stacking them sideways like I do on the bottom, and she plays with them so much more this way. This mat was just from the playroom. It had been kind of like folded on top of each other, so it just needed to be laid out, and I had a few things just holding it flat. So now that it's flat, I'm moving it right back into the playroom, and we are onto the dining room now. So a lot of the things on the table here are actually just ready to be donated. So I'm just collecting them and putting them all together, and then I'm going to be putting them straight into our car. I like to put all of our donations in the car, that way they don't just like pile up somewhere in our house, because whenever we go out, then as soon as we pass the donation center, we can just stop by there quick and drop off the stuff rather than just making a dedicated trip to it. Or worse, like I just end up piling everything in a closet that needs to be donated, and it sits there forever.
Let's figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head.
This is actually a basket full of towels that's been sitting here probably for like a week, that was just ready to be folded. So I'm finally just taking the time now to fold it all and put it away.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I let figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling.
I cannot tell you how relieved I feel now that our house is nice and clean and put back together. I feel so much more on top of things, so I really hope this gave you a ton of motivation to do this for yourself. If it did, hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video.